1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on. Join me home. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1.
One of the most exciting news stories that came out late last year was the announcement of a brand new street race to be part of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour. And that was that Modesto, California was going to be the host of the 2014 SUSA SummerNationals. Well, of course, we heard a lot about the Modesto Grand Prix. We talked to Scott Humphreys. We learned that the city was going to be behind it in a big way. Well, we got invited in January to come up to be part of the press launch. I got the opportunity to host that launch, and both myself and Tom Kutcher were able to take the time to educate much of Modesto's media and some of the VIPs about what the sport of karting really was all about. We got to kind of let them know that it's not just about amusement karting, but it's also about something high-end, something that's on the line of entertainment as well for what they expect to be 15,000 plus spectators. One of the coolest things, you're seeing it right now here on the screen, was the opportunity for us to actually get on the racetrack on the Saturday morning. It was going to be something kind of quiet, but it ended up leaking out a little bit. As you can see, there's a number of people around the racetrack, in addition to the 40-plus police officers that joined us. We were there to kind of have a look at it. Let's put it this way. Of course, the folks from Modesto in the city knew about karting. They'd seen some of it before, but man, we really turned a lot of heads from some of the people that weren't able to make it to the SummerNationals. So really, this was our opportunity to show them what these karts were going to look like on their city streets. So you've seen a lap around the racetrack. We were able to get both the 125 shifters and myself in a tag cart onto the racetrack to get a feel for it, and obviously looking to where some of the areas might be, the areas of concern. One of the streets is actually really bumpy, and this one here coming onto this corner here through this right-hander. This street here, as you can see, very old. They're actually going to repave that for us. Initially, with Tom, myself, and Rob Soares from Aluminos, who provided the karts for us, we were able to get on the racetrack to really get a feel of what it was going to be like. Out of the box, of course, it was going to be just a simple straight street course with 90 degrees, so very similar to Rock Island. But Tom wanted to make some changes to the racetrack to kind of make it a little more exciting. As you just see coming through here, what will be turn number 1. We go to another right-hander, turn number 2. The flower pots there on both sides, as you see, is very narrow in that part of the racetrack. Those will be removed. That will be very, very wide coming through there as well. The street's actually pretty severely crowned at the racetrack here, so that will have to be dealt with in terms of where we're going to put the inner curbing, the apexes, when the barriers all go down. Long straightaway down here on K Street. I believe this is 12th or 13th Street again. You can see how we've actually brought it back around. Initially, it was going to be just straight 90-degree corners, but Tom wanted to try to have a little bit more, and some feedback he got from a couple of guys that were there, Fritz Leisman being one of them, said, hey, let's make it a little tighter on the exit. So if you blow the braking zone coming into this corner, you're going to lose a bit coming down the straightaway. Right past the trailer here, you can see a little pub to the right. Tom wanted him to make a turn into the right there to try to have a hairpin, like into that street, a hairpin, and back onto the street. But it ended up being just a little bit too tight for us, so we elected to go with a straight run all the way down into turn number 1. That's going to be a very fast corner, but it's going to be a lot of fun rolling down in there and deep on the brakes for the drivers in the 125s. Again, here's a run back onto the back straightaway. Similarly, it's a 2-block run, similar to what we have at Rock Island. Down to a hard braking zone again. You'll get a good look here as you come around the corner. You can't just let it all hang out to the outside. You got to bring it back down to the inside, and if you do make a mistake, it's going to cost you. In the end, this is going to be a racetrack that's going to be a lot of fun to run. We're expecting 15,000 people to come and play. They got a huge festival built around it. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. The Modesto Grand Prix is going to be big.